Hey guys, Auspicious'Aussie here and welcome to episode 14 of my Athletic Bilbao series for Football Manager 2019. So this is the pre-season episode. I believe it's our fourth season, if I'm not mistaken. And of course last season we finished in 5th place. Not ideal. I wanted to get top 4 in the Champions League football once again. We did have to settle for 5th. We were 3 points off Atletico Madrid, and ultimately I feel like there were a lot of fixtures where we could have potentially taken that 4th position and taken the Champions League football. So that's the goal for this season. We have to get top 4. Well, we don't have to, but my personal goals are top 4 at the minimum. We're also in the Europa League, of course, because we did finish in 5th. I don't know how I feel about the Europa League. Again, part of me wants to just play youth players and rotate players and stuff like that. But then I also look at it as we're getting pretty deep into the series now, and I would like to win a trophy sooner rather than later. Europa League could definitely be the type of competition that we do actually go for. In terms of actually achieving that, obviously it's going to be very hard, and especially once you get to the second knockout round, quarterfinals, a lot of the top teams in the world are still left in it, such as Chelsea, a couple of seasons ago. But yeah, we're going to get into the transfers first of all. Our opponents today are Deportivo de la Coruna. We'll get into the transfer history. Not too much activity, a little bit in, a little bit out. Nothing too special. As you can see, we brought in 5.5 mil and we spent 3.2. So overall, we're making a little bit of profit on that. But to be fair, the one real sale of note was a release clause sale, which was a little bit disappointing. We'll go through the outs first of all. Yogi Otio went to CD Lugo. He's just a B team player. Then we let Nico Williams go for 5 million to Sevilla. Of course, they paid the 5 mil release clause. I think Benfica also paid the release clause here, but he did decide. I did try and convince him to stay for that, and he wanted Champions League football from us, and I said I'll give it to you in a season's time. But he still decided to go to Sevilla, so that was a little bit disappointing. Especially 5 million. He's pretty good for a youngster, and of course, you all know by now that the Bilbao transfer policy, we kind of need all the players we can get, for lack of a better term. But yeah, Miguel was the other player that went out. He went out on loan to Almeria, who are in the 2nd division, and they're also going to be hopefully giving him first team football. That's what they offered, and I think with Brace and Guinea in the first team, he's probably not going to get too much of a look in. He might have gotten some Europa League games, but again, I kind of want to. I really want to play Brace as much as possible. I think Europa League could definitely be his competition that he plays in, unless of course he performs really well in the first team. So the ins, the first one we brought in was a very weird transfer. Antonio Sanchez from Mainz for 100k. So he was a 15-year-old Spanish regen that came through the Mainz Academy, which I thought was very weird, but Scout suggested him, signed him straight up for 100k. I mean, if you look at his profile, he doesn't actually look too good. 3-star potential. I think I'm currently retraining him as a ball-winning midfielder on defend. It's just a little bit more suited to his attributes, I think. We then signed Alfredo, who was a 16-year-old Spanish regen, who was without a club. 20 determination goalkeeper. Pretty good starting stats there as well. He came through the Barcelona Academy, but I don't think they actually offered him a contract, which is really weird. So yeah, we managed to snap him up. Pretty much half of the teams in Spain were after him, and he did come to us. So nice little piece of business there. We actually have quite a few good goalkeepers, good youth prospect goalkeepers. I'll show you one of those before we get into today's game. But the next player was Carlos Alberto Rodriguez. He came in from Leganes for 2.2 million. Very, very solid centre back. Left-footed as well, can play left back and centre mid. So again, that kind of gives us, nice versatility that we do really need, being Bilbao. Of course, we can't just sign players willy-nilly. And of course, squad registration is also a bit of an issue in Spain, as it is everywhere else with the 25 max squad limit, without counting youth players. But yeah, 4-star potential, possibly 5-star, which is pretty cool. We'll wait and see how he develops. Signing from Leganes, as I mentioned, and 2.2 mil, I think that is a steal, to be honest. The next player we brought in was more of a senior player, Aga Aketse. Yeah, we'll go with Aketse. He starts the game off at Toronto. Yeah, Toronto. He's a former Athletic Bilbao player. Very, very good attacking midfielder. Can play centre mid and on the wing again. Just going with that versatility. He's got 18 free kick taking and 14 corners, so he probably will be taking set pieces when he's playing. Only 27 years old. Only costs us 725k. He's on 12k per week wages. Very cheap. Pretty good player. And of course, another thing I haven't mentioned is Benat retired. So he was 34. He retired at the end of last season. Just another replacement. Similar position. Can play same sort of positions, albeit one more with the left wing. But yeah, really, really happy with that. And hopefully he'll score a couple of free kicks for us in the season. And the final player was Danny. He was brought in from Almera for 150k. Just a little potential, a little prospect striker. Probably never going to do anything too special. But as you can see, he's now 17 years old. And we've got the Basque nationality on him as well. Very, very cheap. Could amount to something, could not. Honestly, it doesn't really matter too much. So yeah, they're the transfers. Let's get into the friendlies before we get into today's game. We won every friendly. A couple of good wins there as well. First game was against Juventus. We managed to beat them 2-0. We then played a San Jose testimonial against Barcelona. Managed to beat them 4-1. We then took on Leicester. Managed to beat them 5-2. Fortunately conceding a couple of goals there. We then beat Osasuna 4-0. Nice little result. Granada 6-2 victory. We then had to verse Guernica, unfortunately, who are one of our feeder teams, affiliate clubs. We beat them 3-1. And in the final friendly game, we versed Austria Vienna and managed to beat them 4-1. So yeah, very, very good preseason. I think everyone just really played well, to be honest. So yeah, we'll get into today's lineup. As I mentioned, we are playing Deportivo de la Coruna. And one thing I want to mention is Ramiro picked up a 6-week injury after the first game of preseason. And of course, we decided to call up one of the youth players. I think Athami? Yeah, we'll just call him Athami. Again, my pronunciations can sometimes be really horrible, but Athami came in. He spent last season out on loan at Racing de Santander in the third tier of Spanish football. My bad. And yeah, he performed pretty well, increased a lot in his attributes here, and yeah, he's just kicked on really with the first team friendly appearances that he's gotten so far. We're going to give him the nod today again, as you would expect. But yeah, really, really happy with him. Very cheap signing as well, 350k from Tenerife. Really, really happy with him, and he could potentially be our first team goalkeeper in the coming seasons. So he'll start in goals today. We got Lekue at the right back, San Jose and Martinez as always as the two centre backs. We're going to go with Brace today. Ganea is suspended. That is the reason why. I would probably start with Ganea. But yeah, Brace is going to get his opportunity to start the season in that left back spot, and if he plays well, we'll keep him there. That's how it's going to go. He is a wonder kid. He's got bucket loads of potential, and yeah, I'm hoping he kicks on. I really do. We've got Nolascoane and Itaraspe as our two ball-winning midfielders. We've got Hervias on the right, Martinez in the centre, and Munayin on the left in our attacking positions. And then we got Williams up front, who is unhappy with me once again because I Made all these promises to him when I offered him to come back to the club, and I haven't really been fulfilling them. We also need to make Champions League football this season, as both Williams and Ramiro, the goalkeeper, are both expecting that, which was in their new contracts when I negotiated them with them. Of course, Williams when he came back to the club. So yeah, the bench today is going to be Agrizabala, Garmendia, Kappa, Sunset, Aketse, Sasita, and Catalan. Looking for a good performance, of course. We've just really performed really well so far, during pre-season. And, no disrespect to Deportivo de la Coruna, but I think they're a team that we probably should expect to beat. And, I really want to kick on this season. I really want to try as hard as possible to try and win the league. I know that's asking a lot. Barcelona and Real Madrid have both really strengthened their teams. I think Bailly has come in to Barcelona. I'm not too sure who Real signed, but I know they were interested in a Brazilian who plays for Inter, and I think they were looking at signing him for like 98 million or something. I'm not sure if that went through, but yeah, it was heavily. He was linked with both clubs, so yeah, very interesting. Okay, not a bad start so far. We do have a corner here. Good save by their goalkeeper there. A little bit unfortunate, but possibly a penalty. The ref is going to go check VAR. Juan Angel, I think that's a striker. Please be a penalty. That'd be a great start. Oh, it is. It's a penalty. Wow. Come on, boys. San Jose, he likes to miss him. He does. He's a centre-back. He likes to miss him, but he doesn't this time. Get in, son. Alright, we take the lead. Albeit, wasn't really expecting it. Didn't really see how that was a penalty, to be honest. But, again, I'm happy. Haven't conceded a shot yet. Hervias with a free kick. Another good save by their goalkeeper. It was a pretty easy one, to be fair. He pumps it long. Look like they're about to counter-attack. Good save by Athami. The 18-year-old goalkeeper there, coming up big. And now they've got their first shot on target with that attempt as well. Another highlight here. Athami again. Another nice claim there for the goalkeeper. I believe this is his debut, of course, his senior debut. Of course, the friendlies don't really count, but I'm not sure if I played him. I don't think I have, so yeah, looking forward to that. Brace now. Plays it into Munain. Can he shoot? Lays it off. Itaraspe with a... I don't know what that was. That was a bit of a outside of the boot shank, I think. Mariano. Brace. La Coruna with the ball now. And they managed to give it away to us. Athami pumps it long to Lukue. Hervias. Munain. Still Munain. Itaraspe, Munain. Can we get a shot? Martinez just blasted over the net. As we approach half-time here. Williams not really playing too well. Again, still very, very hit and miss with him. He's on such high wages that it's just it can damage the club. If we're not careful, paying him 185k a week. We did it all last season, and we did look like we were going to lose money. Of course, I think I sold a couple of players, and we sort of offset that. But this season, we haven't been able to sell anyone. I don't really want to sell anyone of note, as he gets a goal here as I'm talking shit about him. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to justify massive wages when he's not consistently performing, consistently scoring goals. As we concede a goal here, 2-1, still in the lead, but I'm not happy with that. And Brace is on a 6.6. Not good enough, buddy. Not good enough. I don't really know who to bring on, to be honest. Maybe Sunset for Nolascoane. Yeah, we'll do that. See if that makes any difference. We might bring Aketse on for the last 15 or so. I'm not really too sure. We've got to hold this lead, to be honest. We've absolutely dominated them, looking at the stats there. 60% possession, 31 shots with 12 on target, and we've only scored 2 goals. One of which was a penalty. And they've scored 1 goal from 2 shots on target. I mean, if that's not Football Manager, then I don't know what is, but we've got to be doing better. I said I was going to make a sub, but to be fair, nothing's really happening, and we almost score another goal there off the corner, but not to be. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Come on, boys, get it done. It does look like we're going to get it done. Martinez to Itaraspe. Martinez again. Brought down by their player, and that probably will be full time. Pretty happy with that. Nice little win. Good way to start off the season. Although we should have probably battered them, to be honest. Should have been 4 or 5 goals scored by us. I'm going to tell the boys it was a good performance. A good little win. As I can see, Athami makes his debut. And a victory on debut as well. Although he did concede a goal. But still. As far as the next episode, guys, I'm probably going to come back for a Europa League group stage game. I'm not really too sure. I think that's what we're probably going to do. I probably want to do maybe 5 or 6 episodes for this season, as opposed to the 4 that I usually do. Again, we'll just have to wait and see. I might do maybe 10 or so fixtures at a time. And then we'll come back after 10 or so. Possibly with one of these Europa League games. Maybe this one or this one down here. Not really too sure. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Drop the video a like. Subscribe if you're new. And apart from that, take it easy. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.